Look at all these people. Come on in, everybody. Thanks for waiting patiently. I love to see these cameras on. Good job, everyone. I think you're connecting to, wow, Chantel, how did you know we were having a costume contest today?
I kind of love Halloween.
Love it. That's fantastic. So far, you are a big winner. Do we have any better costumes than Chantel right now? If so, please turn your camera on. Let's see your costume. Let's see your work appropriate costume. I need to be very specific in some cases, everyone. Lisa Creighton knows what I'm talking about. Good to see everybody. Turn your cameras on, please, if you're not operating a motor vehicle or otherwise wearing an inappropriate costume for the workplace. Good stuff. Nina Fradel's back. Nina Fradel, can't get enough Dale. She's in one of our training courses, and I just did a training with her last hour. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know who I am, and then we'll get started, everybody. And we are working on, oh, Chris Rinn. Love it, Chris. Look at that. I don't know, everybody. I need to see in the chat between Chantel and Chris who I want your votes. Vote in the chat here. We're gonna award. We're gonna have an award to whoever has the best costume. Okay. I don't see anything in the chat. Is nobody chatting? There we go. We got one. We got one Chris vote. Good job. Jeff Shubo is putting on his hood. I don't know if that's a costume, Jeff. I don't think that counts, sir. So the winner here is going to be the one who role plays with me first. Yay! All right, so let me introduce who I am. My name is Dale Archdekin. I'm the founder of Smart Sales Coaching, if you don't know who I am. We specialize in scripting and dialogue training. This is our wonderful website right here with some of our amazing trainers on there. And I am also a Real Geeks user. I've had a Real Geeks website for over 13 years. And we use their Real Leads product also. And so I'm here to teach you guys some of the strategies and techniques that we use for our clients across the US and Canada to help their teams and their ISAs improve their lead conversion, their ability to take these raw leads, get into great conversations, overcome objections, and book more appointments and have more closings. So this is what we do. And because I'm a Real Geeks client, they graciously asked me to come and do this for you guys. So today, what we're going to be working on, and for those of you who haven't done one of these webinars with me, because it's really a meeting, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be talking about today's current objections. We're going to talk about which ones we want to work on, and then I'm going to teach you some strategies and techniques that we use in my company. And then at the end of this, if you're interested in doing training with us, we do have group training for individual agents and ISAs, as well as team training for teams or brokerages delivered by our trainers on Zoom, just like this. And they're highly interactive. So today we're going to be role playing with some people once we get into things. Let me ask you this. Actually, I don't think we're live. Let me get us live into the Facebook group. I typically forget to do that. Give me 2 seconds, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Go grab your costume if you don't have one on yet. Go, Real Geeks go live. See if Facebook is going to cooperate. You just never know week to week whether Facebook is going to allow you to go live or it's not. Looks like we're going live in the group, everybody. Good to see you, Real Geeks Mastermind Group. I'm Dale Archdekin, Smart Sales Coaching, and we're going to be working on today's objections. So here's what I want to solicit from you guys. Give me the big objections that you're running into right now. Just unmute yourself and give me an objection.
Hey, Dale, it's Michael.
Hi, Michael.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yes, it has. I've been over in Italy for 3 weeks, so.
Good for you. Look at that. All right, humble brag over, Michael. What's one of the big objections you're getting right now?
Dale, I'm really interested in buying a house, but with the rates at 8%, I think I'm just going to wait till the rates come down.
Okay, rates are too high. Thank you, Michael. Who else?
Prices are too high.
Prices are too high. Thank you, Lisa. So presumably they're saying I'm going to wait for them to come down or they are too high, right?
Yes.
I want to wait till after the holidays.
Oh, that's an old classic one. I love it. After the holidays. What else?
Why am I paying both sides of the commission?
I love it. Who said that one?
Connie Martin. Hey, Dale.
Hey, Connie, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, both sides of the commission. Okay, great. Connie, we're gonna deal with that one. Any other ones that you guys want to cover today?
I usually get, we're not looking anymore.
Not looking anymore. Okay. That I would say is more of a condition, Chantel. Although here's what we can do. We're going to handle that one. Not looking anymore. I think that's a really good one for us to actually practice on. Okay. Any other one?
I'm so sorry.
Go, Angela. You should totally
Hi.
apologize, Angela.
I recently heard this one. It's cheaper to rent than to buy with the property taxes and insurance.
Ooh, okay. Cheaper to rent than buy. Oh, are you in Southern California?
Yes.
How did I guess? Okay. All right. So we're gonna put the crazy market people into one bucket, right? Where, you know, if you're in Toronto and now you have to pay 5 million for a studio apartment, like that is on another level. Okay, I think that's good. So here's what we're gonna do first. And this is one of the ways that we start teaching agents when they work with my company, because a lot of what we do is asking questions. Listen, I'm sure that all of you are very intelligent, amazing salespeople who can talk somebody around whatever their objections are, but that is not the sole name of the game. Where we want to start is by asking really great questions. And I don't know about you, but when you get smacked in the face with one of these objections that you aren't ready for, you're like, what do I do, right? Do I argue with you? Do I make you wrong? Do I try to close you in spite of whatever your objection is? None of that stuff. So what we like to do when we get started is we use a simple exercise where I'm going to give you an objection and you have to ask me a direct question. You have to ask me a direct question to understand essentially, why am I saying that? Or why am I going to do or not do that? Do you guys get the point here? You have to understand why. You have to ask me a question. It can't be a statement. It can't be a close. And it can't make me wrong. You get it? So for instance, if I were a FSBO and I said, I'm going to sell my house myself, you can't ask me, why would you do something like that? Does that make me right or wrong, everybody? Makes me wrong. Okay. So you can't directly make me wrong. Like that's a stupid thing to do. You should list it with an agent. And you can't indirectly make me wrong by asking something like, why in the world would you do that? Right? So essentially you want to kind of get down to why, or really understand why I'm saying something or what I think I'm going to get out of it with a question. Are we ready? Okay. I'm going to wait until next year to buy a home. Who wants to ask me? Let's go with Nina, because she's played this game a million times. You show them how it's
You're
done.
gonna call me. Well, got it, Dale. What's important about waiting till next year?
There you go. You hear it? She didn't make me wrong. She asked me what was important about waiting until next year. Okay. Got it? You got the game? She's just understanding how I came to that. Okay. Lisa Creighton. I'm not buying a home until next year.
Is there a specific reason why you're waiting until next year?
Okay, good enough. Good enough. Jeremy Jackson, I'm not buying a house until next year.
Hey, thank you for that. I understand. Is that because you're trying to save some money?
Okay, now here, let's talk about this one, everybody. In the universe of possibilities, is saving money one of them? Yes or no? Yes, Jeff Shubo, that's one of the possibilities, is saving money, right? Now, in the universe of possibilities, are there lots of other reasons that I might be waiting until next year? Okay, now, Jeremy just burned a question, right? Jeremy picked one out of a universe of answers to guess at why I was waiting. So when you do that, let me put it to you this way. When you're talking to somebody and they say, no, not yet, not with you, not under these circumstances, how much longer do they want to keep talking to you, salesperson? Typically, not very long, right? Okay. So what that means is if somebody says, no, Jeremy, I'm not going to be buying until next year, you've got a limited number of questions you typically are going to get to ask them, right, Jeremy? So now, do you want to ask a question that is likely, that has, that could more likely be wrong, or ask a question that's a little more broad and says, tell me what's going on with you, right?
Yeah, I think broad question would definitely be better.
More broad question, exactly, right? Because what Jeremy did is I call that like throwing darts with a blindfold on. He was like, save money. Wait for your kid to graduate college, right? I don't know, I'm picking one. So Jeremy, let's do it again. Hey, Jeremy, yeah, I'm not going to be buying until next year.
Hey, I understand that completely. What has you thinking about waiting until next year?
Great, much more broad, right? Tell me what the reason is. Tell me how you're thinking. Great job. Okay, you guys are getting it. Yeah? Okay, let's go on to another one. Jeff Shubo, am I pronouncing that correctly? Bottom left corner.
Shubat.
I'm doing it wrong. Shubat. Thank you, sir. I was making it too fancy. Jeff, I'm going to rent for another year before purchasing.
Okay, so my question back to that would be, what makes you want to rent for another year?
Great question, Jeff. Okay, good. Sarah Osborne. Hey, Sarah, thanks for the call, but we decided to rent for another year instead of purchasing right now.
I would probably just ask them why, just like the previous one did.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I want you to do it in role play, and I'm going to introduce a twist. You can't use the word why. Why would Dale say you can't use the word why, everybody?
Because you're challenging them.
It's confrontational. Thank you. Right? The word why is confrontational. There's not too many times in your life that anybody started off with, why did you? And it was a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, thanks. We decided that we're going to rent for another year instead of purchasing right now.
You got me stuck now because I can't say why.
Let's start with why. Why are you going to rent for another year, right?
Okay.
Right? That's the question that you want to ask. Now just do it without using the word why. Ask the same question.
What makes you want to rent for another year?
Hey, there it is. What? Good job. What makes you want to rent for another year? Okay, good. You guys are getting the game, right? Paul Mumford, we decided to rent for another year instead of purchasing right now.
What is it about your existing place that you like about it? And what would you like to improve if you could?
Is that answer necessarily going to help you understand why I've decided to rent for another year?
They may like the location or something or they may like the rent, the price. I mean, it draws out some answers, I guess.
Okay. Is there a good chance that you might not get the answer to why I decided to rent and get other answers that are unrelated?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. That would be an indirect question.
Yes.
So I want you to ask me a direct question that's going to help you best understand how I decided to rent for another year. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's do it one more time. Paul, we decided to rent for another year instead of purchasing right now.
Okay, that's great. I understand you like renting, but are there areas in the market that you'd like to live in the future?
I feel like we went the other direction on this one, Paul.
Sorry.
Yeah. Because other areas might not, like that may not have anything to do with my decision to rent, right? Do you want to try one more time?
No, but go ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can say no.
Well, I was trying to be creative, I guess. I mean, obviously I understand what is it that makes you want to rent for another year, or
yes.
What is it that would you like additional information on the market in the future, perhaps?
That's a close.
Yeah.
That was a close. The second one was a close. The first one you just said, that was a good direct question to understand me.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right. Now, we're getting these in here. And let's see. If we move, let me see what I have here. Hold on a second. The point of this, I feel, are we getting this down? You guys are understanding direct questions into how I'm decision making. Yeah. Okay. Because now I want to bring this, let's bring it to current times. Okay. So we're asking me a question to understand me. Got it? Okay. Let's Chantel with the fancy headdress. Actually, let's do a simple one and then we'll do a current objection. So Chantel, I'm not going to buy a house until next year. Ask me a question.
Okay, Dale, I understand. What would need to happen for you to consider making a purchase in the next year?
Hold on. Was that a discovery question or a close?
Oh, maybe a close.
Yeah. So think about it this way. The answer to that question, what would have to happen for you to consider making another move, whatever, before next year? Will the answer to that question you asked me help you understand why I don't want to buy until next year?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
exactly. Okay, let's try one more time. So Chantel, we're not going to be buying until next year.
Okay, Dale, is there a specific reason why you're considering next year?
Good job. Okay. Hey, Chantel, I'm going to wait until the rates come down.
I understand, Dale. If I may, if you wait till
Nope.
okay.
Are you learning are you about to learn anything or not, Chantel?
I'm learning that they're going to be waiting a long time.
So what you were about to do is you were going to educate me or you were going to close me, which means you're not going to learn anything.
Okay.
You get it? Okay. Let's go with somebody who is doing really good on the question game. Watch this, Chantel. Lisa. Lisa, I'm not buying a house until next year.
Okay. Are there obstacles that may be deterring you from buying next year?
All right, let's go. Hold on. I don't want to go with that one because you're trying to change my mind. Let's keep let's keep it pure discovery. Okay. Operate this way, everybody. I want you to meditate on this. Okay. Whenever somebody objects to you, they are right. And you have to figure out how they are right. Do you understand me? Write that down if you need to. Whenever somebody objects to me, they are right. And I have to understand how they are right. Okay, now in that spirit, if I say, Lisa, I'm not buying until next year, and you have to ask me a question to understand why next year makes the most sense, what question would you like to ask me?
Oh my goodness. Because I get that a lot and I don't know what to say.
Okay, let's go back to Nina, who's a longtime student. Nina, if I say, I'm not going to buy a house until next year, what question would you like to ask me to understand why that makes the most sense?
Got it. Is there something important that helped you make that decision? What is it that may have happened that helped you to make that decision?
Or how about I shorten it to, hey, what's important about buying next year?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I sort of said that already in my previous role play.
It's okay to say it again. It's okay to say it again.
Okay.
I'm trying to show everybody the similarity between I'm not buying until next year and I'm waiting for the rates to come down. Okay. So Nina, I'm not buying until next year. Ask me your simple question.
What was important to me about making that decision to make the move next year instead I'm going. What's important about waiting? I don't even want to use waiting. What's important about planning to buy a home next year?
Great. Now, Nina, I'm waiting for the interest rates to come down before I buy.
What interest rate would you be at that concerns you?
Okay, I like that question too. You could have easily also just said, hey, got it. What's important about waiting for the interest rates to come down? Right, everyone? Super
Yeah.
simple. Okay, are we getting it? They're the
Mhm.
same thing. It's always the same thing. Chantel, let's go back to Chantel. All right, Chantel, you're going to ask me a question. You're not allowed to close me. Got to ask me a question to understand me, okay?
Okay.
Chantel, I'm not buying a house until next year.
Okay, Dale, what's important about next year?
Yay, Chantel, I'm going to wait for the interest rates to come down before I purchase.
Okay, what's important about waiting for the interest rates?
Oh my God, I finally, yay, there we go, everybody, drop the mic. Applause, applause all around, applause all around. Good job. Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
Purpose Lab making this one happen today. Okay,
Dale,
So,
didn't you
yes.
say something about that before in one of your previous talks about asking them, well, when do you think they're going to come down?
Yes, I did. I did. That's a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to roll into that part, Lisa. Thank
Okay.
you. What I'm doing is I'm boiling this down for everybody so that I want all of your natures to be, hey, you're right. Let me understand how you are right. Let me ask questions to understand you. And you know what's funny, Lisa, is you were in that training where we unpack them, educate them, and then soft close them. And even I'm still working with you just to ask basic questions, right? This is something that we do frequently in my company. Believe it or not, you need a trainer helping put your focus back to where you need to take your conversation to go to get started. Because here's what happens. In a lot of cases, the more that somebody talks about their scenario, talks about their decision making and how they're thinking about things, gaps in their logic pop up much easier for them. When they have a gap in their logic or in their knowledge, they're more open to getting something from you, right? Versus if somebody shows up and they're like, nope, Jeremy, I'm going to wait for the rates to come down because the Fed said this and the CNN and the Fox said that. And you're like, well, that's totally wrong because here's what I want to tell you. That person's like, I don't care what you have to say, man. I got everything in my brain already. But if instead you can meet them with, oh, hey, got it. Oh, they said what? And when did they say that's going to happen? And what happens if that doesn't happen, right? And how's that impacting your decision to do X, Y, or Z? When you can ask those questions, they start answering them, and then they start finding gaps in their own logic. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, right? And then they're more open to you giving them information. Got it, everybody? And you get to understand them better. I don't know if you noticed how when I role played with Chantel and some other people, it was like, hey, what are you about to learn about how I'm making decisions? And they're like, I'm not going to learn anything. I just wanted to tell you something, right? You have to learn this stuff. You have to understand how somebody's thinking. Okay, right? Right, Sarah Osborne? I'm just going to the people who are looking at the camera. Sarah Osborne, I'm not buying until next year.
What makes you want to wait till next year?
Sarah Osborne, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to wait until the interest rates come down to purchase.
What kind of interest rate are you waiting to get?
Okay, there we go. We're asking good questions. Hey, Sarah Osborne, let's use the hard one Chantel gave us. I'm not looking anymore.
What made you change your mind?
Hey, there we go. Go team. Right? Excellent. Love it. Okay. Now, that was funny, right, Chris Wren? What is that? What are you wearing, dude? Is that a bear or is that your hair? No, that's your real hair. There's the costume. Nice. It's a monkey. I love it. I assume monkey when you show me the banana. All right, Chris, let's see if
I forgot my mic was off. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a monkey.
Nice. I love it. All right, Chris, love the hair too. Chris, I'm not buying until next year.
What made you I can't even speak. What made you decide that?
Use my words. What made me decide to
purchase next year?
To purchase next year. Thank you. Hey, Chris, I'm going to wait until interest rates come down before we purchase.
What made you decide to wait? What's making you decide to wait for interest rates to come down?
Okay.
Or why is that important to you?
Yes, I like that one better. There we go. Why is that important? Good. And always use my words. Why, what about the interest rates coming down is important to you? Right? Use my words. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. How about after the holidays? Yeah. Who's my next victim? Siri Galliano. Hello, Siri. Hey, Siri. I'm not going to buy a house until next year. You have to unmute yourself. She just moved. I don't know where she went. I lost her. Chad Steele.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Siri, I'm not buying a house till next year.
Oh, what made you change your mind?
I don't like it.
Oh, what is it? What is it what is it that you don't like?
What made you change your mind? That doesn't use any of my words, right? And also it's basically making me wrong. Because based on, you're like, hey, why would you do that? Right? All right. So pretend I'm right, that buying next year makes the most sense. And you just want to understand how. Okay, let's try that. So Siri, I'm not going to buy until next year.
Oh, is buying next year important to you?
Good. Hey Siri, I'm going to wait until the interest rates come down before I purchase.
What is it about the interest rates that is important to you?
Hey Siri, I'm going to wait until after the holidays to put my home on the market.
Oh, I understand that. What is it about waiting till after the holidays, though, that is important to you?
Yay! Go team! All right, round of applause, everybody.
First time.
Were you breaking a sweat?
Oh, well, yeah, I've ignored this subject for about 3 years. That's my first role play.
Good job. All right, excellent. You're catching on quickly, which means that you're coachable. So in a lot of cases, everybody's being very coachable today. I really appreciate that. Sometimes people, and not you, Siri, but sometimes, I'm just saying this for other people listening, sometimes people genuinely have trouble doing things in role play, especially in front of other people. And that's okay. Usually I'll let them off the hook if I can tell that maybe they're one of those people. But let's move on. Okay, so we get the concept of we're just asking into these questions, right? I used rates, I used holidays, I used not looking anymore, and you guys are just using an initial question to break things open, right?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Then could you have worded it, explain to me why you made that decision, or is that still confrontational?
Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things. Thank you for that question, Lisa. I've heard some waiting. I've heard some what made you, right? I've heard some other ones where it is like you think it's the wrong decision that they've made, or you want them to explain themselves. Here's what I want to tell you. So I'm teaching you some techniques that will make you a really good salesperson and sort of unflappable in the face of somebody objecting to you. Because who cares, right? Once you play this game enough, I don't give a shit what somebody says, right? I can pretty much ask you any question because it doesn't matter. And I can make you an exceptional salesperson if I can get rid of your concept that what that person said to you is wrong or bad or needs to be changed. Do you get that? So for instance, somebody says, hey, I'm not going to buy until next year. And you ask, oh, well, what has you waiting until next year? If I'm a salesperson, right? If a salesperson asks you, what has you waiting until next year? What do they want you to do?
Buy now.
Buy now, right? Now, if the salesperson wants me to buy now, anything that comes out of my mouth can and will be used against me, right, everyone? Correct? Why would I give that salesperson information to then turn around and use against me? So if you want to be a really great salesperson, an exceptional salesperson, then keep that hidden. Keep grandma's nightgown closed so that they don't see you're the big bad wolf until it's too late. Thank you, Siri, right? You like that analogy? Okay. We are the big bad wolf. Keep the nightgown on. All right. So somebody says, hey, I'm not going to buy until next year. Got it. Hey, what's important about buying next year? I'm going to be supportive. I'm going to be positive. In spite of the fact that I'm a big, bad, scary salesperson, I'm not going to talk like one. You got it? Okay. What made you decide to wait until next year? Does made you do anything sound positive, anyone? No, it doesn't. Get rid of that kind of stuff. So let's do it one more time. Let's go around the horn and see if we can be positive and uplifting. And again, this is an important one. I want you to write down. I need you to think about this. The prospect is right when they object to me. The prospect is right. I have to understand how they are right, why they are right. Now, some of you might be like, but Dale, I'm in sales. I got to get them to do what I want them to do, when I want them to do it, and who I want them to do it with. Yes, you do. Otherwise, you don't get paid. But you have to start with them being right because they think they're right. And if you talk to them like they aren't right, if you start out that way, you aren't going to make a sale. You get it? Yeah. If you want the deer to eat out of your hand, you can't tell it how tasty it is. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Angela Leach.
Yes.
Are you okay? I want to make sure. I'm going to go with you. I don't know if you were listening to that whole rant. Angela, I'm not buying until next year.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to buy until next year. Can I ask you what's going to change in the next year?
Okay. So that was very wordy, and I don't know that I said I don't want to buy.
Okay.
Right? This
Right.
is why this is important, because you repeated back to me something I didn't say, and that can make you wrong, and that can make me like break rapport from you. So let's try it again. Hey, Angela, I'm not going to be buying until next year.
Okay. So I heard you won't be buying until next year. What will change for you in the next year that you will want to buy?
Oh, well, good until want, but that was
Yes.
better than the first one, and positive. Good. Lisa, I'm not going to be buying until next year.
What makes you want to wait until next year?
Is wait ever a good thing, Lisa?
Oh, dang it.
Damn it. All right. It's got to be positive. You agree with me. It's a fantastic idea, Dale. Just help me understand it. Lisa, I'm not buying until next year.
I knew you were going to do this. What about waiting until next? Now, see, I lost it. What's important about waiting until next year to buy?
Okay. Now, all you have to do is get rid of waiting. Hey, what's important about buying next year?
What's important about wait?
About buying
next year. Okay.
I'm just getting rid of the word waiting.
Okay.
Just getting rid of it. Okay. Chantel. And then I'm coming for some people who haven't done it yet. Adam, Kim, Lunig, ready for you, brother. Chantel, I'm not buying until next year. That was amazing.
Sorry, what's important about buying next year?
Great job. Excellent. Adam, I'm not buying until next year. Adam, you were unmuted. Now you're muted again. Adam, Kim.
What's important about buying next year?
Good job, Chad. Chad Steele's doing his taxes over there. Oh, looks like we lost his signal. Michael Foster, I'm not buying until next year.
What's important about waiting until next year?
Love it. Just get rid of the waiting.
I didn't say waiting.
You did say waiting. You said what's important about waiting until next year.
Oh, sorry.
But you delivered it very positively, so I'd say you could keep it in there. I'm just using this as practice for everybody to get rid of it.
Got it.
Good. Okay. Leah LaBoy. I'm not buying until next year.
What is it that's making you want to, I don't want to say wait.
And what's making you, right?
Making you wait until next year. Think of all the rent money you could save if you buy it this year, and don't worry about the interest rates.
So funny. That's so funny. Listen, some of my best salespeople are the hardest ones to crack because they are all so sort of PTSD about trying to get people to do what they want them to do.
Yes.
It's like the opposite of what, right? This is some judo mind trick stuff that I'm trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so one more time, Leah. Making me is not positive. Waiting is not positive. One more time, Leah, I'm not buying until next year.
What is it that is having you, no, I can't say it. I don't know why. I even wrote it down. What is it? Why? No, it wasn't why. Why is confrontational?
Here, try this. So Leah, let's try this. You need to understand me before you can agree to this. Leah, I want to buy a house right now.
Good, I like that. That's good.
Ask me a question. You got to ask me a question.
Oh, okay,
Leah,
sure.
Leah, I want to buy a house right now.
Okay, good. And what neighborhood? What price range? What are you looking for?
No, I was looking for, oh, got it. What's important about buying a house right now? I thought that might be easier. because-
Okay, what is
Yes, that's
important
what I
about buying a house next year? I found it. What
There
is
it is. Okay.
House next year.
There we go. Okay, good. You get the concept at least.
Yes, this is gonna help me a lot.
Okay, awesome.
I need a FISBO line too.
Yeah, let's practice that. Okay. So give me a FISBO objection.
Price or commission.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? What's the specific objection? Give me the line from the FISBO.
Because our mortgage is so high, we can't afford to pay commission.
Oh, got it. What about the commission affects whether you can list with an agent or not?
Rate.
The rate, how does the rate impact being able to list with an agent?
The amount that's charged.
Okay, this is not going super well right now, but that's okay.
No.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Let's go back and I'm gonna show you guys.
What is important?
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this objection thing that we're working on right now, right? So we had rates, for instance. This is the thing that Lisa sat through, and I did this with you guys before. Let me bring this back up for you, right? What you do is you take the way that we use these questions to get that initial opening up of having the conversation with somebody, right? And then you just ask more questions into it. You really get them to unpack things for you. And this is a list of questions here that you can use in it, beyond that. So, hey, what's important about buying next year? So whatever the answer to that is, right? The rates are going to be lower, or there's going to be more inventory on the market. You can ask some more questions until you really get an understanding of where this person is going or how they're thinking, and how much they know and how considered their answers are. And then once you feel like you have that, you can educate them as to why they should buy now, or why they should sell now, or why they should list with you instead of sell it themselves, or why they should work with you instead of relisting with the same agent, whatever it may be. Once you've rolled into the education piece, then you can soft close them. And the soft close, the whole point of the soft close is just to see if there is an interest to do something there. So if I gave you the example of rates coming down, right? I'm going to wait for the rates to come down. Hey, what's important about waiting for the rates to come down? Well, they're really high right now, and I want to make sure I can afford the payment. Got it. Okay. Have you spoken to a mortgage lender and run the numbers on what it would actually cost you in your payment? So I'm looking at what information they have. When do you think rates will come down? How long do you think that will take? What happens if they don't come down? What decision would you make at that point? Right? So once I get all those questions out of them, then I can roll into an education. Got it. Hey, listen, as far as I can tell, rates are going to continue to stay where they're at, or possibly even go up. Prices are definitely going to go up because we have an inventory shortage. And so as that continues to happen, competition will continue to be fierce. So if we could find something that worked for you now, was affordable, and checked most of the boxes, would you at least want to go take a look at it? That's the soft close, right? To see if that interest is still there and whether I can move them forward. Okay. What do you guys think about all of that? Are you still mind blown over whether you should ask about waiting, what the word waiting or not?
Actually, I just did this. I contacted one of my customers that lost their house on Fort Myers Beach. And all that's there is the lot and the pool they just put in 1 month before Ian hit. I called her today to ask her about if she's still in the market, and they actually bought a house in Punta Gorda, which is fine. But I did point out, I said, well, you have an option. You can weigh out whether or not to sell or keep that property, and you could possibly use it for investment properties down the line. And she actually agreed with me. So
Great. Excellent. Okay, good. Yes, Chantel, you have a question?
Yes, just a general question. I find what's happening with me is when I'm doing my calls, everyone is just ready to get off the phone and I can't even get my next word in. How do you handle that?
Okay, so I just worked on this actually earlier with Nina in our boot camp that she's currently in. It's a 12-week boot camp, but I got Nina to submit one of her calls. And sorry, Nina, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What we heard is that from the very beginning of Nina getting into the conversation with somebody, it was she was asking if it was the right person on the phone or the owner of the property. She came in a way that was not assumptive and not strong. And so she was already in a bad position with that person as she got into that conversation, and then proceeded to actually make it worse by asking who they were before Nina told them who she was or why she was calling or what she wanted to know, right? And so when you ask, hey, most people are blowing me off the phone and I can't really get into my questions. The problem is, and the reason that we do a lot of call reviews in my company is because it's hard for me to know what you're screwing up actually, because a lot of it might be the way that you're entering your conversations, the way that you're getting in there. If you're asking for the person or asking who it is, or not clearly stating who you are, or not going in assumptively. Let me tell you this, everybody. Here's what I can improve for you in a vacuum, Chantel, is that when you get into a call, every single person that you talk to wants to know, who are you? Why are you calling me? What do you want to know? Okay, that's what everybody wants to know. When they don't recognize your number, when they don't recognize your voice or who you are, you're already 2 strikes behind. And what they immediately want to know is, who are you? Why are you calling me? What do you want to know? Right? And if your entry doesn't answer that for them, then they're at odds with you and they want to get out of that conversation. Because from the moment they answer that phone, either they're like, should I be on this phone? Or I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be on this phone, right? And your next couple of words are going to prove that to me. So that's a huge one there that makes a big impact on whether they're going to answer your questions or not. The other thing is, when you're asking your questions, are they getting anything out of it? What do I mean by that? Obviously, if somebody is not wanting to do something or not looking for something, and I'm asking them a bunch of general discovery questions, and they have no intent of doing anything anytime soon, they're going to get bored with that conversation really fast. Okay, so I need to enter strong, who I am, why I'm calling, what I want to know, and then I need to very quickly figure out what their time frame is. And if their time frame is really long, I need to build some rapport as soon as possible versus asking dry discovery questions. Okay, Amy.
Wait, Dale, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
So I had somebody on the phone a while, not that long ago, that I said, what's important about moving next year, let's say, or putting your house on the market next year? And he said, why do you need to know that? I'm not telling you that.
Okay, then here's what I would do. I would then I'd say, okay, I got it. Listen, let me rephrase the question. How is next year better than now? Okay, I would take another stab at it.
All right, thank you.
Good. We'll go with Amy, and then I want to address Paul Mumford's question.
Hi, I was just going to reiterate and kind of reinforce what you said. I do make a lot of calls on the ISA, and so I will start with their name first, completely, depending on male, female, just assume their name. If I say, is this so-and-so, they're going to know that I don't know them, so they're going to be sorry that they picked up the phone. So if I get it wrong, I just act confused. But if they answer, they're usually like, okay, who is this? Because they think they should know me. And so now they want to hear me say a few more words to see if they could remember, because they're embarrassed that I know who they are and they don't know who I am.
Got it. Thank you. Yes, all of that makes a lot of sense. So Paul Mumford has a question here. He said, I call a lot of FSBOs. Almost every objection is about fees. How do I overcome the math? Okay, good. So Paul, let's do, I want to hear, give me a scenario that you kind of run into. So let's say that I gave you a call. Let's try this. I'm going to try one of our FSBO scripts, and I just want to see what objections you run into. So you give it back to me, okay? Let's try to get to the objection quick so everybody doesn't have to listen to the whole back and forth, okay? So ring, ring, Paul.
Hello?
Hello, Paul. This is Dale Archdekin. I'm giving you a call about your property on whatever street. Is that still available?
Yes. Are you a buyer or an agent?
I am an agent, but I'm not calling to list your property. And in fact, I'm actually giving you a call to see if you might be interested in a partnership where you get to continue selling your home just like you are now. Nothing changes at all, but I'd be willing to invest my time and my money in trying to market your property for even more buyers and potentially higher offers. Is that something you'd be interested in talking about?
I've gotten 1,000 calls from all of you agents. What's it going to cost me? I'm offering 2.5% to a buyer's agent. If you have a buyer, bring your buyer.
Okay, got it. That sounds great. Listen, and like I said, I'd like to partner with you. So, you know, it necessarily doesn't cost you anything more than what you're already willing to pay. But like I said, I would be marketing the property as well. Is that something that we can talk about for 10 minutes this week?
I mean, I'll cave into your sales, but I get a lot of no. I get a lot of no. Sorry, my light just went out.
That's okay.
I get a lot of no's.
Just tell me no.
No, you can't. Sorry.
Okay, got it. Paul, let me ask you, what about that aren't you interested in?
I don't want to pay the fees.
Got it. Okay, so you already
Sorry,
said
my light went out. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so anyway, did you hear the question I just asked him? What about that aren't you interested in?
Yeah.
Right, everybody? Again, that's just another discovery question. I'm not going to pretend that I know what he thinks, what exactly he isn't interested in or doesn't like about it. I'm going to make him tell me, how'd you make that decision? What are you not interested in? Right? I'll end it with this. I'm not ready to work with an agent.
Yeah.
Who can ask me a question? Chantel. Hey, Chantel, thanks for the call. I'm not ready to work with an agent.
What about working with an agent makes you not ready?
Wow, look at that. Somebody's been listening to the training. Holy smokes. Leah LeBoy, I'm sure, I don't know if you're Leah or not, but we'll go with you, sir. Assumptively, you're Leah. Whoever's on Leah's camera right now, I'm going to role play with you. You have to unmute yourself, bottom left corner. All right. Let's go with Jeremy while it looks for the mute button. Jeremy Jackson. I'm not ready to work with an agent.
Hey, that's no problem, Dale. I understand. What has you not want to work with agent right now?
Did I say I don't want to? Jeremy, I'm not ready to work with an agent.
I understand. I'm just curious. Hold on, I need to regroup.
That's okay. This is a kind of a trick question, everybody, but Chantel nailed it. Okay, now Leah, whoever Leah's is on Leah's computer.
I'm her husband.
Husband, Leah's husband. I'm
Yeah.
not ready to work with an agent.
Why are you not ready to work with an agent?
Great. Get rid of the word why. Do it without the word why.
What makes you not want to work with an agent?
Just almost. What makes you not ready to work with an agent? Okay.
Ready to work with an agent. Gotcha.
Good job. Okay.
Hey,
Good job. Sarah Osborne. I'm not ready to work with an agent. She's setting a listing appointment. Paul Mumford. I'm not ready to work with an agent.
What is it about agents that makes you not want to work with them?
It's not want. I'm not ready. You're very close.
What is it about agents that what is it about working with an agent at this time doesn't suit your needs?
Good. That's good. You can really simplify it, but hey, by like this, what about working with an agent aren't you ready for? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Maggie Bloodworth. You've been taking it all in. Where's Maggie? We lost Maggie. Let's go with Monroe. Monroe, I saw your hand go up. Monroe, I'm not ready to work with an agent.
No, I totally understand. What is your time frame for working with an agent? 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 months?
Okay, now I'm going to take all of that out of there, okay, because you sound like a CRM. Instead, you could just simply ask, when do you think you'd be ready to work with an agent? That's it. Okay, if you want to go that route. That's a good question. Monroe, I'm not ready to work with an agent.
Okay, totally understandable. When do you think you'll be ready to work with an agent?
Beautiful. There we go. Give me one more. I want one more. Maggie's back. Maggie, you back? You're muted.
How about now?
How about now? Good. Maggie, I'm not ready to work with an agent.
What would make you ready?
Okay, you want to change my mind?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, that was close to what Monroe asked, which is, when do you think you'd be ready to work with an agent? But you said, what would make you ready? That's almost like a close. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're a scary salesperson, so you got to hide the scary salesperson.
All right.
All right. Maggie, I'm not ready to work with an agent.
I understand that. What is it about agents that make you not ready?
Okay. All right. Good. There we go. All right, everyone. Good job. Listen, like I said, we do group training for agents. We do team training for teams. And a lot of this kind of stuff is foundational work that I'm doing with you right now. But the ability for you to get into a conversation, understand where you're at, unpack objections, do discovery, build rapport, articulate your value as an agent, and close for an appointment is the difference between those agents who are going to get out of the business and those of us who are going to succeed in 2024. So if you want to come check us out, you know where the website is. You can hit me up, dale@smartsalescoaching.com. And go Birds, Michael Foster. Thank you, sir. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining. Do me a favor, Emily, drop my email into the chat. Good seeing everybody. If you want to know more about training, hit me up on email.
You're awesome, Dale.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Dale.
Happy Halloween. Get lots of candy.
Really
Thank
good.
you. Really
Thanks,
good.
Dale.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dale, is this going to be available for rewatch?
Yes, sir. It always is, Dennis. We
Oh,
usually send it out within 24 hours.
My time zone threw me off and I got in here late, but sounds good. Thank you.
All right, excellent. We send it out within 24 hours. Good seeing everybody. Get lots of candy. Bye.